Before humans can act, they must perceive. Before systems can be navigated, they must be seen. Before structure can be understood, it must first be illuminated. After chaos is shaped into order, after boundaries are drawn and reality is structured, something new becomes possible. Not just existence within a system, but awareness of it. This is the stage of light. It is represented across cultures by figures such as Hyperion, the titan associated with observation and the cycles of the heavens, Helios, the personification of the sun itself, and Ra, the central force of illumination and life in Egyptian cosmology. Though these figures differ in form and story, their function remains the same. They represent light not merely as a physical phenomenon, but as a principle, the ability to see. Light symbolizes awareness. It symbolizes observation. It symbolizes the recognition of patterns. Without light, structure exists, but it cannot be understood. Systems may function, but they cannot be interpreted. Order may govern reality, but it remains unseen. Light changes that. It reveals what is already there. This is why light is consistently associated with cycles day and night, sunrise and sunset, the shifting of seasons. These are not random occurrences. They are patterns that can be observed, tracked, and eventually understood. Through repeated observation, something critical emerges: recognition. Understanding does not begin with instruction. It begins with noticing. The rising of the sun becomes predictable. The return of seasons becomes expected. The movement of celestial bodies becomes measurable. From this, knowledge begins to form, not through authority, but through experience and observation. This is a fundamental shift from the previous stage. Order imposes structure from above. Light allows that structure to be seen from within. Authority defines the system. Light reveals how the system behaves. This distinction is essential, because once something is seen clearly, it can be questioned, it can be analyzed, it can be understood beyond what authority declares it to be. Light introduces the possibility of independent understanding. It allows the individual to move from passive existence within a system to active awareness of it. This is why light is often associated with awakening. To see the light is not simply to observe. It is to recognize patterns that were previously hidden. It is to move from confusion to clarity, from assumption to recognition. But light, like order, is not without complexity. To see clearly is not always comfortable. Illumination does not discriminate between what is desirable and what is not. It reveals everything: structure, limitation, hierarchy, and constraint. It exposes the system in its entirety. In doing so, it creates tension. Because once something is seen, it cannot be unseen. And once patterns are recognized, the next step becomes inevitable: the desire to act on that understanding. This is where light transitions into something more dangerous, because awareness leads to knowledge. And knowledge, as every myth makes clear, carries consequences. The same light that reveals truth also sets the stage for disruption. It enables advancement, but also challenges authority. It allows understanding, but also invites questioning. This is why the emergence of light is not the end of the process. It is the beginning of something more complex. Because once humans can see, they no longer exist purely within the system. They begin to engage with it. They begin to interpret it, and eventually they begin to change it. This is the threshold between awareness and action, between observation and interference, between understanding and knowledge. And it is from this threshold that the next stage emerges, the moment where awareness becomes something more, the moment where knowledge is no longer just recognized but taken.